And what's up, guys? This is Danny looking at another case review today. And this one is the battery case for the Windows Phone HTC 8X. And this one is manufactured by Powerskin. And the manufactured retail price of this is $80. So that's pretty pricey, but most battery cases are. You may be able to find it for a little bit cheaper, but let's see if it's worth it. This piqued my interest because this is the first battery case that I've seen for the Windows Phone 8X by HTC, so I was very curious to pick it up. Even though I think that the HTC 8X has pretty good battery life in itself, I think that a battery case would always be good just in case you need it. And you can see there's a QR code there for a how-to video if you need to, which is kind of cool, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and I'll go over that with you in the rest of this video. But let's go ahead and open this thing and see what's in it. So the casing is pretty cheap here, just plastic. Only thing you'll get is some documentation, and you get a micro USB to USB cord. So you don't need anything special to power this, which is great. No DC or anything like that, and it is NFC enabled, so very cool. You're not going to lose your NFC by using this case. But you can see in here it's very soft rubberized material, and it actually fits to the HTC 8X because the 8X has that same soft touch material on the outside. And on the back you will see that Powerskin logo, and there's a button there, and that shows you how much charge you have left, which is great. That's a pretty cool LED indicator there. On the right side you see where to plug in your USB to charge, and on the bottom there is a slot there for the speakers, so the speakers will still fire when this case is on. And you can see it's kind of a pyramid type of material here, that the battery's right on the back. You can see the volume rockers up and down, and the headphone jack is cut out, and the microphone, and also the power button as well. So first looking at this case, I thought, wow, this is already broken, but it's just a cord that hangs out in there, and it's got a little groove for it, which is pretty cool, and I'll show you the application for that later. But here's a way that you can just stick it in like a regular case, and just make sure you line up the USB port. And there it is, and it's already charging, as you can see by the light indicator that's up there by the speaker grill. But if you want to, you can actually put it in this way if you want it to be accurate all the time, which is kind of cool. You already go and plug it in, let it charge, and then slip it into the case. So sometimes I found myself doing that more because I thought it was a little bit more accurate every time. You don't have to worry about jabbing it in and lining it up. So that was pretty good. But the actual feeling of this case, I really like it. I would think it would be extremely gaudy and huge feeling in the hand, and it would be extremely heavy, and I would hate this case, but actually it doesn't feel that bad in the hand. And I know that the video probably doesn't do it justice, but really most cases are pretty thick anyway. But and it is thick, trust me, it is thick, but the way that the soft touch finish and the coating is on the back, it really does feel pretty good on this device, and I think that you'll be subtly surprised by it. But now it is thick. You can see the battery pack on the back, and you will definitely know that it's there, but it feels pretty good in the hand, and it wraps around, giving you that protection that you'd want. So I think that's kind of serves as a good dual purpose there, like it's supposed to. It's supposed to be a case, and it's supposed to have the battery at the same time. But you can see there that that serves also as an on and off. See how I held it there for 2 seconds, and now it's not charging anymore. So there's no dedicated switch on this case, but all you have to do is if you hit it one time, it's only going to show you the light indicator, so you really need to hold it down. And there you go, now it's charging. So that is the on and off switch, so it's just integrated into that one switch. And I actually think that the power button is a little more tactile with this thing on, for I know a lot of people have had problems with that 8X power button up top, so I think it makes it pretty tactile, which I think it solves another problem. So you can see here, there's the Nokia Lumia 822 next to it, and you can see how thick this case is. Maybe me holding it in my hand doesn't really show the thickness of this case, but it is pretty thick. But if you don't mind the thickness of the case, then I think that you're going to like it. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew what you were getting into by looking at this case. But it is not as gaudy as you would think it would be. And the buttons there, volume rocker up and down, it definitely is tactile. I think it's not hard to use at all. And even a dedicated camera key, I think works pretty good, even though I think that's the hardest one to push it should be the power button, but it's not. And the camera has no problems taking pictures while this case is on, so I thought that was also good. But the design of this case is pretty good. It's only got a 1500 milliamp battery though, so you'll notice that it will only charge it to about 70%. But it'll still definitely get you through the day, if not more, especially if you're a super power user. So if you don't mind the bulk and the price of this case, then I think that this case will be the one for you. There's not a lot of choices out there, so if you want a battery case, this is probably the only one that you can get. But I think it feels pretty premium in the hand, and I think it's not as gaudy as it looks. So please subscribe to my channel today, leave your comments in the comments below, and thanks for watching.